Hello YouTube, thanks for tuning in this video we're going to be talking about a few announcements that have sort of rocked the Kodi world of late. Some really big add-ons have gone down, some big repositories have disappeared. So we'll go through a few of the tweets and whatnot that have been surrounding it, and we'll talk about what it means for you as a Kodi user, and certainly if you used any of these add-ons. So the big ones that have gone down is Covenant has gone down, Bennu has gone down, Ares Wizard has gone down, and all their respective repositories. As a result of this, the URL resolver, which lots and lots of Kodi add-ons, has also gone down, and is arguably the most important change here. So what the URL resolver did or does, and hopefully will continue to do so in the future if people take it on board, is it resolves links. So Kodi is essentially, all the Kodi add-ons are essentially search engines. URL resolver helps to create the lists of sources from all over the web into that nice list of sources that you get when you're using Kodi, so you can select where you want to view whatever it is you're viewing. Without maintenance, URL resolver will over time start to give you fewer and fewer links. Already somebody has taken over ownership from it, and we're going to discuss that shortly, and which repo you can add to enable you to download that so you can keep it up to date. Just before we get into that, what does it mean for you? Well, if you already have Covenant and you have Bennu and you have other things from the Colossus repo on there, don't uninstall them. If you uninstall them, you're not going to be able to find the add-on to reinstall. So, and they will keep working, especially if you update URL resolver from elsewhere. So don't get rid of them in a nutshell. In terms of Ares Wizard, they've been a bit quiet about what's happening. It all seems to stem from, I think they've had some cease and desist letters from the powers that be, just asking them to shut down operations. Now the same thing happened with TV add-ons not so long ago, one of the biggest Kodi development outfits out there. And it seems they're coming back, so who knows what the future will hold. But don't delete those add-ons that you've got. Your add-ons will still work, but it is to get the most out of it, it's important that you get another repo installed so you can keep the URL resolver up to date. So we'll go ahead and we'll have a look at some of the tweets and bits of information from the various developers to explore this a bit further.
So here is the Twitter page from jsergio123, and this is where he's announcing, as you can read quite clearly, the stopping development of URL resolver, meta handler, and his other add-ons. He's not responsible for Covenant and Bennu. Both do rely on URL resolver though, and the repo, the Colossus repo, has been deleted also. So, like we said before, don't delete the add-ons themselves. You're not going to be able to reinstall them from anywhere, certainly anywhere official anyway, and in any time in the near future. So, but I'll do a video to show you where to get them from, should an official home be found for them. Similarly, if you were to yeah, I was hoping to show you tweets from the Ares guys, but their account has gone. Similarly, Mucky Duck and a few others have gone as well at the moment, so it's likely that they've all received cease and desist letters. So going forward, what can we do? Well, there is a new home for URL resolver, which we explained before, is really the link between Kodi and the internet. So we're going to show you how to install a new repo, which is the new official home of the URL resolver. Okay, so next we've got a full list of all the affected add-ons, and we're going to show you the main repos as well that have been hit. So quite a big list. I'm not going to read them all out, but what I would say is if you have any of these add-ons installed, once again, don't delete them. They will still work. Any that rely on URL resolver will still continue to work. Even if you don't update URL resolver, which we're going to show you in a second, they'll work, but you'll get fewer streams. But keep them installed. I'll show you where to install URL resolver from, so that stays up to date, and they should keep working as normal. So all is not lost. Okay, so this is a clean version of Kodi, or relatively clean anyway. We're going to show you how to install another repo called the Looking Glass repo, and this is where, for the moment, you're going to be able to get the URL resolver from. I'm obviously a little bit behind in terms of this version I've opened up. You can see that. We'll just ignore that. The process is the same. So first things first, we need to come over to this right menu, go to the cog. I'm sure this is already set on yours, but we'll need to make sure to get rid of that. So system settings, down to add-ons, and we need to make sure unknown sources is turned on, so you get this pop-up, and select yes. So that's done, and we're going to come back one page, and we're going to go to the file manager and select it, and we're going to come down to add source. Let's go in here to get the keyboard, and this is what we need to type in. So http://repo.lookingglass.rocks/, and type that in and hit enter. Give it a name, call it anything you want. I'm just going to call it Looking Glass. If I could spell correctly, I would have done anyway. So Looking Glass, and you can see it's appeared here. If you'd made any errors with the web address, you would have had something pop up saying that it can't connect. So I'm going to come back to the very first screen. We're going to scroll down to add-ons, and we're going to come up to this little box, and we're going to install from a zip file. So go down to Looking Glass, or whatever you called it a second ago in the last step, and select it, and we're going to select this repo here. So we'll let it download. Shortly we'll get a pop-up. So there we go, we've got that pop-up. So once you've got the repository installed, that is actually all you need to do. When updates are available, because URL Resolver is effectively an add-on that you already got installed, you don't need to reinstall anything. It will get its updates from the Looking Glass repo. If you have multiple repos in there and you're getting options of which repo to update from, go with Looking Glass. It's the official home, if you will, at the moment. So it's entirely up to you. If you choose to take an update from somewhere else, are you sure it's legitimate? It could well be. Just make sure you protect your system. Don't be installing anything on there that you shouldn't. So that is it in a nutshell. Pretty easy to do. For now, this will keep URL Resolver up to date. Hopefully you found it quite straightforward. If you have any questions, please get in touch in the comments below, and I will do my very, very best to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Take care now.